Hi friends, welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, our region's largest classroom. My name's Julia and I'm one of the second grade teachers at the Soulard School. But here for Teaching in Room 9, all of my lessons focus on math for second graders. All right friends, welcome back. It's so good to see you here with me. I'm so excited for us to be able to jump right in and do some learning here together. Hope you're having a great week so far, and thank you for taking time out of your day so that we can learn here together. All right, let's go ahead and start with our mindful minute exercise. We practice our mindfulness activities so that way it helps us to really be present in the moment, being aware of our five senses, allowing us to slow down, take some deep mindful breaths, and then that way I know you'll be focused and ready to learn. So let's go ahead and do some big deep breaths here together, and then I'm going to walk you through the autumn yoga poses that we've been working on this week so far. All right, so since we are going to be doing some yoga here together, I'd like all my friends to go ahead and stand up. You want your feet to be firmly planted on the ground, about shoulder width apart. You're going to stand nice and tall and proud with your shoulders down. Try to release any tension you might be feeling in your body. We're going to breathe in through our nose, counting to 3, and then breathe out through our mouth, counting to 3. Okay, so ready? Okay. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Keep focusing on taking those deep breaths in and out. I'm going to walk you through our poses that we're going to do together today. So the first one is called whale pose. And so the whales, they migrate to the south to warmer weather or warmer water currents so that they are able to be there for the winter time. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. I'd like you to try to lie down on your belly, bend your knees, lift up your chest, and reach back your arms to try to touch your toes. So just kind of like a whale, we're making that shape with our bodies. So you're gonna be flat on your belly, on your floor, and bend your knees up and try to grab your feet back there, okay? We're gonna take a deep breath in, and when we do, then I want you to try to reach back and grab your feet. You guys ready? Okay. Breathe in, grab your feet, and breathe out. Can release. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice job. All right, our next pose we're gonna do here together today is called kneeling pose. So foxes, they grow thicker fur in the fall to get ready for the winter so that they stay warm throughout the winter time. So all you're going to do, friends, is you're going to sit on your knees, okay? But you're gonna be sitting up straight and tall. So you're gonna come to kneeling on your knees and look up at the moon just like a fox. So you've got your knees bent on the ground, but you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Breathe in through your nose. Look up at the moon and breathe out. Nice job, friends. Take another deep breath in and out. Nice job, friends. All right, we're gonna do one more here together. This is called child's pose. So hedgehogs get ready in the fall to hibernate for the winter time. So you're going to come to sitting back on your heels. So we're on the ground, you're sitting on your heels. You're slowly gonna bring your forehead down to the ground like that. And you're gonna rest it in front of your knees. Rest your arms down alongside your body We're going to take a few deep breaths in this position here together. If you're feeling like you maybe need a little bit more room, or it's kind of like hard to breathe because you're squishing your chest, try to spread your legs out a little bit farther, and that will give your chest and your belly some more room so it's easier to breathe. Okay, so we're in child's pose. We're sitting on our heels, and your forehead is leaning forward on the ground, and your arms are back out behind you, resting at your sides. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. Nice job, friends. You can go ahead and slowly bring your body back up out of child's pose. We are finished with our mindfulness activities and our yoga for today. Just to review for you guys, in case you want to practice any of these yoga poses at home, we did, the whales were migrating south to warmer water currents. So we were in whale pose or bow pose, where we were on our belly and we were grabbing our feet behind us as we breathed in. Then foxes, we learned, were growing thicker fur in the fall to prepare for winter. And so we were in kneeling position on our knees, nice and tall as we took deep breaths. And then just like a hedgehog getting ready to hibernate, we kind of curled our body down into child's pose. You guys are amazing. I hope you enjoy doing these autumn yoga poses with me. I like being able to learn about the different elements of fall. I really love the season fall, so I like to do these yoga exercises together. Yoga is a great way to really get flexible with your muscles, focus on your breathing, and it's a wonderful mindfulness activity. All right, friends, we're gonna go ahead and review our I Can learning goals for this week. So I can use my understanding of place value to add and subtract all the way up to 1,000. So we had single digits, 2-digit numbers, and 3-digit numbers we've been working on this week. And our understanding of place value and how we can break down those 3-digit and 2-digit numbers help us to be able to learn how to add and subtract in different ways. And specifically this week, all of our lessons have been focusing on using number lines and fact families. So I just wanted to kind of review those two different strategies so that hopefully they're helpful to you and you can kind of keep them in your math toolbox, and whatever makes most sense to you, then you can kind of pull that strategy out when you are trying to solve an addition or subtraction problem. So we've been focusing a lot on number lines and fact families this week. Hopefully it's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable for you. All right, friends, I'm gonna go ahead and swing you guys around this way so you can see my chart right here. We're gonna practice a new set of fact families, since we've been practicing all different ones this week, and then we'll talk about our new scenario that we have today. So at the top it says fact families, a group of related addition and subtraction facts. And again, I hear that word related. Our addition and subtraction facts are related just how you are related to members of your family. And there's lots of different ways to display or show fact families. So one way that you'll see a lot is a triangle just like this. Our triangle can also represent the roof of our fact family house. And then you can write your 4 equations or your 4 facts in the house there underneath it. Another way that you might see fact families displayed says think, part, whole. And you'll see it in this sort of rectangle diagram. So you've got your biggest number, your whole at the top, and these 2 parts come together to make that whole. So you're always gonna have that biggest number at the top there. And then another way you might see it is called a number bond. So you'll see your whole or your biggest number in a big circle to the side, and then your 2 parts, 6 and 2 in this example here, are off to the side to show that 6 and 2 come together to make that whole number there. So you can see we're dealing with our fact family numbers this time are 8, 2, and 6. And we know fact families include 4 sets of facts, 2 addition, and 2 subtraction. using all of the same 3 numbers. So that's a really easy way for you to be able to know if you're looking at a set of facts and you're trying to decide which one is in the fact family or which one's not in the fact family. You always just make sure that if they're all the same 3 numbers, it is most likely going to all be then in your fact family. If you see a fact in that set of equations that is not using those same 3 numbers or throws a different number in there, that's not part of the same fact family. All right, so we're also going to build our fact family here as well. So we've got 2. Here are my 2 green cubes. And then 6 yellow cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 and 2 come together to make our whole, our part, whole. So 1, 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gives us our whole of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just figured out our very first fact in our fact family. 2 plus 6 is 8. All right, now our second addition problem. We had 2 plus 6 is 8 for our first one. What would our second fact be? If you said 6 plus 2 equals 8, you are absolutely correct. So let's add that to our chart here. Hopefully we're starting to feel more comfortable with our fact families and how to put them together. So our first problems here were 2 plus 6 equals 8. And then all we did was 6 plus 2 equals 8, right? It doesn't matter if the 2 is first or the 6 is first. It's still going to be the same amount. We're still going to have 8 all together. I didn't add any on and I didn't take any away, so we still have 8. So 2 plus 6 equals 8 and 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now we're ready to do our subtraction problem. Are you guys ready? So we always start with the biggest number. That's our whole, and then we can take away our parts. So if I have 8 is our whole, I can take away 6. How many do I have left? Nice job. If you said 2, you are absolutely correct. 8 minus 6 equals 2. And for our very last fact here, friends, again, we're going to start with our biggest number, our whole, which is 8. And then we took away 6 the last time. So here again is our 8. We took away 6 the last time. So this time we're going to do 8, take away 2. So 8 minus 2 equals, how many do I have left? What's that last part? 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. If you said 6, you were absolutely right. All right, let's review our fact family one last time. So we've got our part 2, part 6, whole is how many they are together, which is 8. So 2 plus 6 equals 8, and 6 plus 2 equals 8. 8 minus 6 equals 2. 8 minus 2 equals 6. Nice job. You guys are getting so good at this. All right, now that we practiced our fact family, let's practice another round of our number lines. So number lines, we notice This side here, our numbers are getting smaller, so it is less than. And as they go this way, they are getting larger, so they are greater than. All of these little dashes that you see are called a tick mark. Each of these little ticks, these are all tick marks. And then we always notice with number lines that you see arrows on both sides. This is because number lines go on and on with no end. All we do is we zoom in on one small part of the number line. So that's why you always see those arrows on both sides. All right, let's practice using our number line in order to solve some of these questions here. So the first one is, what is the missing number? So I know that I'm going to start at a number I know and count on. So I started at 44, 45, missing number, 47, 48, 49, 50. What is our missing number? 44, 45, 47, 48, 49, 50. If you said 46, you got it, friends. I started at 44, which is a number I knew. I noticed my number line was going up by 1 each time, getting bigger each time. So 44, 45, 46 was our missing number, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Let's try down here. What does point J represent? So I see our first tick is 10, then 20, then 30, then J, 50, 60, 70. What do you notice about our number line here? Yeah, I heard a friend say that our number line is going up by tens, or we're skip counting by tens. So if this was 10, I found again a number I recognized and I counted up. So 10, 20, 30, J, 50, 60, 70. What does point J represent? If you said 40, you nailed it. Nice job. I noticed that we were going up by 10, so I started at the number I knew, 10, 20, 30. 40 was point J, 50, 60, 70. So it made sense in the number line. And then lastly, we're going to order our numbers. So we're going to find the halfway mark, then we can order our numbers. So I see that 0 is on this end of the number line and 100 is on this end. And halfway through is right here. And halfway between 0 and 100 is 50. Nice job. So right here would be 50, 0 and 100. Now I've got numbers 10, 45, and 75. I always like to start with the smallest number because I think that makes the most sense. So what's the smallest number? 10, 45, or 75? If you said 10, you are absolutely right. That's our smallest number here. And 10 is pretty close to 0. It's closer to 0 than it is to 50. So I'm going to put my 10 over here to show that 10 is pretty close to 0. Then I've got 45 and 75. What's my second biggest number here? Yeah, if you said 45, you nailed it. And we know our halfway mark is 50. 45 is just before that. So I'm going to put 45 right there. And our last number is 75. 75 is halfway between 50 and 100. So I'm going to put it smack dab in the middle right there. So once I was able to figure out our halfway mark, I was able to order our numbers. I figured out the smallest to the biggest, and I want to put them as close to where they would fall on the number line as I can. You guys are doing so amazing with this. I'm so impressed. All right, let's go ahead and swing us back around so you guys can see. Swing this way so you can see our number line. All right, so friends, today you're gonna help me figure this out. So I have a certain amount of cards and I wanna make a full deck of cards. If you didn't know already, a deck of cards has a total of 52 2 cards. So we're going to use our fact family and our number line in order to solve this problem here. Okay, so I have 32 cards. I picked up all the cards I could find around the house and I counted them out and I realized that I have 32 cards. So I'm going to write 32 up here. Plus what number? And I need to get to 52. So I need to figure out how many more cards I need to find so that I have a full deck of cards for 52. So one way that we can use to solve this is I'm going to start at my number. So you can see my number line here is going up, and I just wrote down the 5s. So every tick mark is only 1. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. But I only wrote every 5 numbers down because that was too many numbers to write. So I'm going to start. Here's 30, 31, 32. All right, and I need to get up to 52. Scooch you guys back so you can see all my number line here. Are you ready to help me do some hops? We got a lot of hopping to do. All right, ready? I start at 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I jumped 10, so now I'm at 42. I have to get to 52, so I gotta keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and at 50, 9, 10. Now I have made it all the way to 52. I started at 32, then I made 10 jumps here, and I got to 42. And then I kept going. I made another 10 jumps, and then I made it all the way to 52. There you go. All right, so how many jumps did I have to make? I had 10 here and 10 here. 10 and 10 is, nice job, friends, is 20. So 32 plus 20 jumps gave us a total of 52 cards. So if I have 32 to start, I need to find 20 more cards in order for me to have a full deck of cards. I've also over here in tallies have drawn out 52. So if I had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 1, 2, I jumped up 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to get to 52. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So here's my 32. And here is my 5, 10, 15, 20. So 32 plus 20 gave me 52 all together. So that's another way for you to be able to look at that. And then we also know whether it is 32 plus 20 or 20 plus 32, it's still going to give us the same sum or whole. So we're just going to flip our numbers here. 20 plus 32 equals 52. Okay, so if I had started here and I needed to go up, here's 10, 20, 30. Each of these are 10, 20, 30. I made those jumps, and then 1, 2, 32 jumps that we made. You guys are awesome. Now we've got to finish it up here, friends. We start with our subtraction problem. Always starts with the biggest number. So we've got 52 minus, okay, so if I'm starting over here at 52 minus 10 minus 20 gives me 32. So 52 minus 20 gave us 32. Do you see that, friends? We just reversed exactly what we had done before. So we did 32 and we made 20 jumps up to 52. And now we're at 52 and we're jumping back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 jumps. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 10 and 10, we did 20 jumps all together. 52 minus 20 gave us 32. All right, you ready to figure out our very last one? All right, so again, we start with our biggest number, 52. Okay, if I was at 52 and I jumped back, again, we jumped here 52 to 42. So 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42. That's 10. And another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gives us a total of 20. So I've gone 20 so far, but we know we need to use the 32. Okay? So here I am. I've gone 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I made it all the way. 52 minus 32 gave us a total of 20. So again, let's look at our tallies over here. We know that we had 52 altogether. We took away 20. And I have 32 left. Or I could do 52 and take away the 32, and I would have that 5, 10, 15, 20 left. All right, friends, hopefully this is making sense to your brains. You guys have been working so hard with our fact families, making our 2 addition, our 2 subtraction problems. We use all 3 of the numbers in each equation that we create. So you guys have done such an amazing job. Thank you for your hard work. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.